Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Tuesday KVJ After the Show Podcast. Yes. What's up, y'all?
What's up, everybody?
Here we go. Yeah. Got a couple emails yesterday. We were talking about Halloween Horror Nights and kids. What is the age limit on such a fun event for the children? I think somebody had said, what is it? I think over the age of 13, something like that. In fact, this email kind of answers that. Emily said, yeah, I had a quick comment after hearing the question about bringing your kids to Halloween Horror Nights. I work at Universal, and I've been going to Halloween Horror Nights as a guest for the past 7 years. It is recommended that guests are 13 plus. The person who texted in saying that they've been bringing their kids since they were 6 and see lots of other kids there sounds kind of off to me. Each year I only see a small handful of children, and even then, everybody is giving them a dirty look and talking about them. Every kid I see going in comes out of the houses looking terrified/upset. Even though I love being scared, this event draws in the worst type of person. Everybody is smoking, drinking, and it's hard for us employees to manage it all. Vulgar conversation is constantly going on. And some of the houses and scare zones have sexual themes. Definitely not the place for a 7-year-old. Wait till they're in their teens at least.
Okay. Well, you have been officially read.
But could you bring your kid in if you wanted to?
Apparently people are. Sounds like you can.
You can bring your kid anywhere. I mean, you're the parent. You're allowed to bring your kid places. But is it cool? Well, not if the kid's going to be scarred by it.
Well, could you bring a kid into a 21 and older club?
No.
Are you allowed to?
No.
Got ya.
No. Yeah, I know we've had some issues where there's some places and sometimes you don't know. Like there's some bars, restaurants that are like any kid can come in during the day up until a certain time, and then they'll shut that down. But if it's 21 and over, or if there's something like that, sometimes we think it's just a restaurant. They're like, no, your kid's got to be 21.
If there's a lot of alcohol or titties that are flying around.
If there's a lot of alcohol and titties, I'm in. I'll leave the kids in the car.
That's right.
Mama
not running.
care.
Kids crack the window. Mom's going to be wild.
I'll leave the AC running.
Lynn sent an email, said, hey, whatever happened with Rob Schneider? I never heard his interview, so I'm assuming he pulled out once he realized who you were. The guy is such a douchemeister. Was really hoping he'd come on and finally man up. I was asking a lot from that dude. Yeah, oddly enough, right when I tried to confirm it, a girl just stopped responding who was booking, and it's been a solid week probably.
I think he's already gone.
On the day he was supposed to show, he didn't show, and no one was returning your emails.
Yeah.
I thought he was here last weekend.
He's here Thursday.
Okay.
With Daryl Hammond, Chris Kattan, and Finesse Mitchell.
Let me get my rotten tomatoes.
Still a shot to get him. Outside, though.
Yeah, well, today's Tuesday. It's just, usually these kind of things are already booked, recorded.
How fun would it be to go to his event and throw rotten tomatoes and get arrested?
Look, I don't think he'll do it.
I won't, but I'm just saying.
I won't.
20 years ago, maybe I would. Now I have kids and like a mortgage. I can't afford to get arrested.
I watched and went to bed to a Rob Schneider movie last night. I don't know why I did it, but I watched Grown Ups. I want to see.
How is that?
I fucking hate it. I think it's terrible.
Not good?
I think it's a terrible movie, and I want to like it because I love Adam Sandler. I do. I just don't think it's a very good movie. I'm a big David Spade fan.
And they made a sequel too, right?
They did. Apparently, I'm in the minority because they made a sequel, and other people seem to like it. I just thought it was such a shitty movie. I thought both of them were.
Okay.
What can I say?
Well, it's shitty because Rob Schneider's in it.
His character's not that good in it.
Well, shocker.
When is the last time Sandler made a pretty undeniably great movie?
There was a movie he made on Netflix that wasn't that bad. I forget what it was, but I remember watching it thinking, this is pretty good.
Okay, jumped out at you?
Yeah. Like I said, I really love Adam Sandler. I'm not trying to come off like a hater.
He's super likable. Everything we've heard about him, he's super friendly when fans come up to him. He's out and about, just has beers with people. He's super down to earth. Deserves all the success he has. Not really good at picking friends. If, in fact, Rob Schneider is his friend, which I heard they had a falling out because he called Rob Schneider out for being a dick.
Yeah, well, if sometimes this will happen. I think maybe, I don't know, I'm sure ladies have it as well. But sometimes you have like a friend that you're just kind of like, they're
Dicky. We all have a dicky friend.
Yeah, and you're just like, don't be a dick. Like, you know,
you love
sometimes
them.
Sometimes they can be really cool, but yeah.
But they can't get out of their own way, and you feel bad for him in a way, and you put him in your movie because you feel bad for him, but you know he's a dick. That's probably the relationship between Rob Schneider and Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I think they might have had a little, because I'd heard that before, but I think because he's been in some of his recent projects.
Back,
yeah.
But he wasn't in a few projects, and when we heard those rumors, remember it was when they were giving Rob his own show, and that shit failed, and that's when he probably got a little cocky.
Yeah, he'd had a Netflix show. I remember that was the last time we were...
He had a network show, and it failed.
Yeah, I think it was on CBS, and he got a Netflix show, and I think actually got a couple seasons out of that Netflix show. That was the last time we were supposed to talk to him, and then...
Yeah, look, I mean, I don't hate Rob Schneider, and before that horrible interview, I did. We used to watch his comedy back when I was a kid.
So, yeah, doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Shaka. Hashtag Shaka.
You gotta stop saying that, please.
Well, Big Brother's over on Wednesday. I will stop on Wednesday.
No, like if you don't watch Big Brother, no one has any idea what you're talking about, and you've said it like 3 times. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know it's a
It
reference.
makes me
From the
laugh.
show.
Yeah, it's a reference from Big Brother. They put it in every promo.
Okay.
There's this little guy named JC that we don't like, but he says it, and it's funny.
Shaka.
Hashtag Shaka.
Okay.
And now, I mean... Oh, I can't say anything. I can't spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it.
Don't you blow shit for me or for people. Gosh, these motherfuckers, Kevin. All of them want to ruin everything around me.
I know.
I want to talk about Big Brother, but I can't.
I know.
Because I'll ruin it. Spoilers.
It's crazy around here.
It is.
Yeah, it's like trying to come up with a one-hit wonder montage, and just it's constantly spoiled.
Oh, these motherfuckers are trying to ruin everything.
Yeah, you got balls calling me a motherfucker, you motherfucker.
You just got to, on to the next scandal is what you got to do.
I got to remember to call your ass out more.
Oh, yeah. You don't call me out at all.
I'm going to step it up about 15%.
That's unbearable.
Jonathan sent an email. I said, I don't understand how you sit and wipe. Like, I stand, then bend over and wipe. I've only had one occurrence of any extra falling to the ground. You must explain how and show on KVJ TV, because I literally don't understand how you could be sitting and accurately wipe. Thanks, Kevin.
Sir, isn't one incident of poop falling off of your butt and hitting the floor enough? Like,
well, I think
do you need to do that again?
No, I think what he's saying is he sits, he poops, it's done. He knows he's done. Then he stands and he wipes. And I know
but he's admitting that he's done it once and poo fell from his butt to hit the floor.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
That's all I would need is one time for that to happen to make me say, okay, I don't want to do that again.
Like, you don't know you're done? You're still standing?
Sometimes you have a dingleberry and you don't know.
Yeah.
That thing can be stuck to the side of your bung and you don't realize it. Especially if you're a guy and you have a hairy butthole. I'm sure you probably have way more dingleberries than us.
How hairy is your butthole, Kev? Mid?
You know, actually, I'll go trim that thing up a little bit.
You trim your butthole?
Yeah, I'll trim around there. Yeah.
Prove it?
Wow.
I'm not sure where it is right now. I'm due for a trim. So you'd be like, oh, well, no, you don't. I'd be like, yeah, but I will for a while.
What instrumentation do you use?
Use clippers on that.
Oh, Kevin, you got to have some steady hands.
Yeah.
He does.
I do.
Hands of a surgeon.
I really do. Yeah, I could have been a surgeon. Very good hands.
Oh, my gosh. I have the hands of...
We know. Hamburger hands.
Of someone who's constantly frightened.
Yeah.
They're trembling. They're heavy.
Yeah, I don't find like a lot of excessive down there hair to be at all sanitary or attractive. Or
It seems like it would hold on to funk.
It does seem like that.
I don't want
unfortunate,
extra butt funk.
Yeah, no, I prefer when it's all cleaned up. But yeah, the thing to wipe, I mean, first of all, you're just there. It's just, I mean, there is a technique that I use, which I believe is very handy. It's like when I sit, you got to spread your butt cheeks apart right away when you sit down. I don't know if everybody does that.
Wait,
That's my one little piece of added advice.
You're a spreader.
I'm a spreader. Yeah.
Wow. I did not know you spread that pumpkin booty.
You do.
If you
because
spread and tilt by putting your knees up, they say the poo just comes out of you so much more naturally.
Yep.
In the right, like, flowing.
I'll kind of like, I typically go do the spread and tilt where I do the squatty potty kind of thing.
Yeah.
And boom. Just like, I mean, honestly, you guys know, I really can sit on the toilet and be off the toilet if everything goes according to plan, probably in 45 seconds to a minute.
You do poo like a goat. It's in, it's out, you're done. It must fly out of your butt. I've never seen it.
You know what? I remember one time, I think I was listening to Howard Stern talking about it, and I kind of learned this. And he was like, his thing, he's like, you don't go until you got to go. And then your body, like, all of a sudden you'd be going, okay, I got to go.
I'm in Walmart. Let's do this.
That's why, it's like, that's the unfortunate thing is I try to get on a schedule, and I get actually mad at my body sometimes because it defies it. Like, like yesterday, I went on my regular time, and then again during the show, I had to go, like, so bad. I had to go all the way home before the podcast yesterday. And I was pissed at my body. I'm like, well, this isn't fair. You cheated because it's not your time. I already gave you your time. Your time is not now.
Your weekend probably threw you off slightly.
Yeah.
Probably.
If you're eating different foods.
Yeah, probably.
You probably indulged.
Yeah.
Which is something you don't do often.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, after the weekend, I'm like, I got to get back on schedule. I'm getting back into my old schedule routines. Got to get back to the gym.
He was beating himself up a little bit this morning, saying, I got to be strict with the gym. It's because he had a little too much fun in Ohio.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think just recently, because, I mean, it was 6 months I did that sports show, and it just really was a struggle. And when I got to the gym, I had, maybe like 30 minutes, and then I was so tired. Like, I mean, all you want to do is lay down. And so you're not going to get the best workout when you're that tired.
I would never work out if I was tired. I always pick sleep.
Yeah, well, I was showing up just to be like, okay, sometimes I'd walk in, I'd do like 3 things like super fast and then walk right back out.
I think it's a waste of time.
But you know what? Working out, I'll tell you this, it's mental. And I've been there part of my life too, where it's like when you get out of the routine and you don't go, that's how things get away from you. And one day you're like going, oh my gosh, what happened to me? So it's like you got to keep the mental going. Like I'm like, even though I'm not really doing much, I still go to the gym.
Because one morning you'll wake up and all of a sudden your belly is way bigger than your dick.
I
think somebody just got personal.
It's frightening, yes.
It's frightening because it happens out of the blue, so it seems.
Right. And I think probably just yesterday, maybe into today, like I'm like, okay, actually I'm ready to go. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. I'm going to go, I think, have a pretty good get at it. Like I'm going to focus, going to get lean, mean.
Okay.
Yeah, no extra frills. Like
little tennis with Randy.
Gonna tighten it up a little bit. Yeah, I'll do that as a little bonus. So yeah, I'm back in the.
He's totally cool.
Be back in the fitness game.
He's totally cool with us doing it like the volleyball scene in Top Gun. All of us shirtless, bitches.
Okay.
Yep.
Give me a little bit of time. Got to get back. In condition. It's gonna take me about 3 months.
I'm still very gross shirtless, and I'm constantly shirtless.
Real men would Porky Pig it. Go bottomless.
That tennis, they would shut us down. They're sticklers.
That'd be awesome.
Would it?
No, it would be terrible. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about.
I think it'd be awesome. But I might be drunk.
Yeah, so I'm back at it. Back in the saddle today. Locking it down.
Today's day 1?
Yeah. I mean, I went yesterday and I got in pretty solid. But yeah, I mean, I am like, I'd say yesterday was day 1. Today's day 2. So yeah, I'm back in the groove, getting back in the old schedule and routine.
I think I'm gonna get a pizza today. I think I'm gonna go the opposite. I want to go opposite of you today.
You know what? We kind of actually had that flip right about the same time. I started getting out of the gym, and you,
What happened?
That's like from Sunday. Or, I don't know. That's the oldest.
What did you drink?
grossest-
You
What was
drank
that?
a water from last week.
That's not my water
It's
from this
been
week.
sitting on the counter. It's been sitting on the counter since last week.
Oh, fuck. I've been drinking this all day. I
He's drinking Purple Powerade. And if you think you're about to drink Purple Powerade and you drink old water.
You get 2-week-old water.
Oh,
yeah.
that shit was fucking gross.
Oh, I can't tell you how many germs are in
Oh,
that.
people
All
have been
kinds
putting
of
things in
DJs
it.
have been
Oh.
in here.
It's
The
terrible.
weekend people were here.
I know.
Oh, you just drink weekend water.
I did.
It's not good. Maybe the only thing more gross is the new piss mats we got in the men's bathroom.
What the fuck is going on around these parts? What's happening?
Yeah, they put down these mats that right underneath the urinals, which I don't get because they have kind of like raised rubber, kind of like grates. Like you get down in there, it's like a mat, and then it has kind of like a plastic thing over, but it's got grooves. So what's going to happen is your sprinkled piss is going to get down in there, and it's going to get underneath those grooves. You're not going to be able to clean that.
I'm not kidding you. Someone was peeing next to me earlier. There was a huge stain on these mats, and I heard sloshing. Like sloshing was going on.
It's
What-
so
what are we
disgusting. Like
doing?
if you have just the tile, then you can easily just mop that up at night.
That's gross.
Yeah, I
Run a
don't.
mop over the floor. It's going to be a lot cleaner. These mats are already disgusting.
This is day fucking two. They are sloshing.
Yeah, I think they're around last week.
They were?
Yeah, so they put a little bit of time in there.
Did I not pee last week?
Yeah.
No, you had to. All the drinking we did on that podcast, we peed like 4 times.
You sure those have been there?
I don't know if they're there then. Because that was over a week ago.
I just noticed that I don't notice a lot of details.
Yeah, I think they came in the beginning of last week. So, but it's already pretty disgusting. Yeah. I don't know, like, who does that? Is that like a new thing? People are putting down piss mats?
Nah, it's somebody who's getting some notoriety through the company email because Leo sent that company email out. Now they got a little heat behind them. They know that they've got people in fear. They know they've got people, just losing their minds over this. And this son of a bitch isn't going to stop until they get caught.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Well, it'll be interesting to see how. But I mean, imagine another week, another 2 weeks. It's crazy.
Yeah, what will be their next move? I don't want to be around to see it.
You don't want to be around to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to be around, you just don't want them to do it.
Yeah.
You don't want to get fired again.
And I don't get fired. I just don't want to be around. I don't know. Don't analyze everything I say. You get lost, man.
Then he said, have you inherited your parents' sex life? Poor Kevin. Didn't his dad say it's been years? Have you inherited your parents' sex life? There's a story from a top therapist that says your sex life is influenced by your mother and father's relationship. The doctor has spent more than 30 years working with couples and says people's relationships tend to mirror the ones in their family history. She adds that showing affection is important for your kids, but being overly sexual can be damaging to them. So I don't know. Yeah, so blame your sex life on your parents, I guess. Got this email from Karen. She said, I know you guys were talking about these I Survived stories. She said, I survived almost being murdered.
Oh, I
What?
love these stories.
Who? Where?
It was
When?
an abusive boyfriend on a cruise ship.
Oh,
He
my
attacked me
gosh.
when we were alone in our cabin and threw me down.
Oh my gosh.
Held me on the ground, put his hand over my mouth and nose so I couldn't breathe. I couldn't pull his hand off me and also couldn't scream for help.
Oh my gosh.
I reached up to grab his face, which was close to me since he was looking me in the eyes. He had threatened me before, saying he wanted to kill me and watch the life leave my eyes, and that's what he was trying to do.
Girl, why are you still with a man that says those words?
Yeah, I wonder if he said it then or if he'd said it before. Yeah, because if he said it before, yeah, you could do whatever you can to get out of that
If a
situation.
guy says that, take him serious and you get out of there.
I tried to grab his mouth, and he bit my fingers, almost biting them off.
Oh my God.
I reached up with my other hand and tried to gouge his eyes out, which finally made him release. I tried to escape, but he grabbed me and threw me down again.
Oh
By
my
that point, security was knocking on our door since people nearby had heard noises and called in. Security forced the door open, and I ran out. It was the most amazing feeling in the world, seeing them at the door and knowing that I was going to be okay. It was obviously terrifying, but I'm thankful for my life.
Shit.
And can unfortunately say that I survived someone trying to murder me. Love you guys, and Jaybird, go fuck yourself.
What happened to that guy? Where is he now? Did he go to jail?
Didn't say. I'd like to know.
Please
Should've.
tell us.
So those,
Oh my gosh.
So those stories, those are really hard to hear. But the ones that are so fascinating are the ones where someone gets kidnapped and they're like stuck in one of those torture chambers, and then they have to escape and they get out, and then they lead the police to the torture chamber, or more bodies.
You don't hear a lot of those because most of them don't get out.
You did have that one story though of that girl who was in that makeshift box he put her in.
A shipping container?
She watches this guy off her boyfriend. Then he chains her to a fucking box or a torture chamber. And then they finally found her. When they found her, she said, "Look, they murdered my boyfriend several months ago. He's somewhere on the property."
Oh my God.
And they dug up the property and found a bunch of bodies on the property.
Where was this?
This was that story that was out about six or 8 months ago. I forget where it was.
It was
at.
longer than that.
This guy was also in connection of an unsolved murder at an auto dealer place where he killed 5 people. That was unsolved. That was on TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
Serial killer.
I think people came out to look at his property for some reason, and then that's when he would kill them.
Oh my gosh.
This guy was horrifying.
The scary thing to think about is how many serial killers are around right now that nobody know about. They've got all these kills under their belt, and they're intelligent. They're doing it in a way they can't get caught. That's freaky.
Yeah, think about all the missing people.
Yeah.
Where'd they go?
Yeah.
Bet you a lot of them, the serial killers got them.
I guarantee you there's some in different states that other police can't, just because there's so much weird shit that goes along. They don't know about a murder that would happen in California that also might have happened in Maine, that it might be the same person.
Same MO.
If they've never been arrested and their DNA's not in that data bank.
It's kind of scary to think about. And now you know why I carry a blade.
Yeah, well, it is insane. I mean, we've had those stories. I know I don't focus too much on those, but I mean, there are a couple joggers I know that
recently,
died. Yeah, the one
in
girl
DC,
they're having a memorial.
The girl in the cornfield.
The girl from DC's from West Palm. Then
they did it at Christ Fellowship, your church.
Yeah, the memorial service.
And you're just hearing about all that. The jogging stuff isn't anything new. This has been going on for a long time, where women get attacked jogging.
I tell you what, make that treadmill look better and better.
Hello, Orange Theory, right?
Yeah, and then I've heard women discuss this, and it's interesting to hear their one woman was saying, I saw her on the news going, "I'm not going to be scared and force myself to go into a gym because of psychos. I'm not going to live my life that way. I love running outside.
Well, good for you.
Fuck those murderers.
Good for you, but you don't speak for me."
She didn't say fuck those murderers on the news. I kind of
It's almost like kind of their challenge. Yeah.
If my daughter told me she wanted to go run outside of our gated community, I would tell her, hell no.
I would be worried.
I see it all the time in Tequesta. Beautiful girls, gorgeous, beautiful, attractive in their early 20s, and I'm thinking, what are you doing? An old bitch like me can run and be safe, but you're too cute, and it's too tempting for these fucking crazy nuts.
That's a misconception, though, because age and all that stuff a lot of times doesn't matter. It's opportunity. I mean, an older woman can be attacked.
I know, but for me, when I see a girl just so adorable and in her prime and by herself, and it's a dark or a lonely, deserted area, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'd given out those tips for joggers and what to do. One was like, don't get it so you can't hear. I think there are headphones that you can still hear, even though you can hear your music and still fully hear what's going on around you. Don't put yourself in a situation where you can't hear anything.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
They say that with running groups, they won't let people run with headphones because A, you can't hear cars, and B, you can't hear someone creeping up on you.
Let people know, say, hey, I'm going out for my run. I will be back in 20 minutes or whatever. If you don't hear from me, then please, alert the authorities. I'm going on this path.
It's probably good, too, to let people know anytime you're going out by yourself.
Sure.
Just to have it on record somewhere.
I said ponytail's a bad idea. Gives those guys something to pull on.
Every cute girl I see running has a ponytail.
Yeah, and it makes sense.
It's
easier. One. Yeah, it's better for running. Get your hair off your neck.
Hair down.
But I guess the question is, there's stories in the media, so you hear about it, and it's in your face. how often does it happen? Is it to the point where, yeah, these are terrible stories, but it happens 1 out of a million?
Well, no, I mean, you think about how many runners there are that are women that are out alone by themselves. And yeah, I mean, the odds are still very slim. But I mean, you've got 2 cases where both those people would be like, okay, well, if your number's ever up.
They would tell you the numbers are high.
Yeah.
In their world.
I totally get that because it happened to them and it happened to their families. But what is the reality of those stats? That would be interesting to know. Because I also don't want people to freak out, too. Be safe. Live your life.
That's why it's like, to me, and people are still going to do it, but that's why any of those little things, makes it smarter. It said don't run near woods or someplace where you could be easily drugged to. Make sure that you're staying someplace where you would always remain like out in the open.
You got brass balls if you're running by the woods by yourself, man or woman.
Well, some of those stories, I mean, how many of those stories have happened? I think it was the girl in Iowa, right?
She was running
by a cornfield.
Yeah. So, I mean, those are the kind of
Everybody
things.
knows from every horror movie a cornfield is a great place to murder.
Yeah, cornfields are horrifying.
Yeah.
The girl on the golf course that got killed. I mean,
that story.
What the hell? That girl was just golfing, and this dude went and killed her and raped her on the golf course. What the hell?
That story was fucking wow. That one stuck with me. I did not like that story.
I'm telling you what, every Magnolia knows buddy system, or you just can't be out and about.
Well, yeah, that the list I'd gone through was a while ago now, and the girl from Iowa when they'd found her. But it was really 10 to 15 really solid tips on there, just saying, okay, I think each thing you do on there will, lower your chances.
Right.
Makes it more difficult, and that's what you got to do a lot
And
of
if you can, look at it and go, okay, I'm doing all of these things. I still need to be out and about running. At least you've done the best you can to protect yourself.
Makes you want to not exercise and just eat a pizza, doesn't it?
Finally, you're speaking some wisdom.
The only time eating pizza is healthier than actually exercising.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
When there's murderers chasing you.
Avoiding murder.
Somebody said I wanted to add the topic about the guy who had lost his limb. It was a girl whose boyfriend had lost it, like a boating accident or something like that?
Yeah.
And it was a couple years ago, and he has been in a funk that he can't get out of, and it's really changed his personality, and he's not a very fun person to be around now, and she's just trying to figure out, how long she needs to wait. I think it had been, 2 years since he had that. So coming from a person who was born with her disability and having men around me with the same disability, it's incredibly hard for them to accept themselves than it is for a woman to accept it. Most of the men always try to compensate for what they don't have, and they do go through spouts of depression and anger even. The gentleman who went through this horrific accident won't just snap out of it. He can go to therapy, but until he truly accepts it and learns to love himself for who he is now, he will be in this state of mind for a long time. Also, the girl should probably go to therapy for herself so she can accept it and see what she needs in her life. That's from Caitlin. That's a good piece of advice, actually, to that she might want to seek her own therapy.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, too, that it was only 2 years after that guy lost his arm, and he was very big into guitar playing as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's gonna be,
He's going to be messed up for a while.
Got an email here that says, have you ever had a friend do something that makes you lose respect for them? I was hanging out with a friend, and he was telling me how his wife is emasculating, yelling at him, dressing him, telling him who he can hang out with. Then he started to cry. He said his wife said he couldn't hang out with me anymore because he comes back acting so manly. I'm married too, and my wife knows her lane.
Her wife knows her lane.
All right, that's weird. Lane?
I've lost respect for him when he started to cry. In my mind, all I was thinking was, man up, grow a set. After he was done talking, all I said was, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, it's a tough situation. I get it. Yeah. You think you should be treating his marriage differently?
You can't tell somebody how to act in their marriage. He's got to figure out what he will accept and what he don't.
What do you do when you have a friend that constantly tells you the same problem over and over again? You give them advice, but they don't ever take your advice, and they continue to do the same shit and complain.
Yeah. I
what do you do with that?
Stop bitching. I think you know what the answer is.
At that point, do you not give advice and just listen to them?
No, I mean, it's like after a while, it's like, I get it. I think people still want to vent, but yeah, if somebody's asked you for advice and you've given them advice and they failed to take it and they continue to come back to you and bitch about the same problems, yet have done nothing at all about it.
Yeah.
They'd be like going, you know what, I'm going to need you to bitch to somebody else because it just kind of makes me angry because I've given you the advice on how I think it would fix this situation. You do nothing about it.
And I'm with you. I think venting is very healthy.
Yeah.
And I think if you do it with the right people, it's what you need to do just to keep your fucking sanity. But then it gets to a point where is someone venting if they're having problems and they need advice and you're giving them advice? That's not venting at that point.
Depends on if it's in your control or not. And, you know, what things are in your control and you continue to give somebody advice on how they could change the situation. Now, I understand sometimes I think you vent about things you feel are out of your control and there's nothing you can do about it. But, I mean, if it's in your control and you're giving somebody advice on how to handle it and they continue to bitch you, I'd be going, man, you got to take it to someone else.
Do you guys vent a lot to your significant other?
No, I don't think I do.
No?
You'd have to ask him. I mean,
no, I don't.
When there's something's bothering you, you don't like you're not yelling at them. You're just you're kind of they're there to listen to you and like, oh man, that's fucked up, man.
Sometimes I have to make it a point to share stuff because I'm really like I'll take care of my own shit. If I have a problem, I'm looking for an immediate way to solve it.
If you got a problem, you'll solve it?
Check out the hook while my DJ revolves.
No, you are very much independent on how you handle your fucking drama. You don't need anybody else to do your shit.
I don't need anybody else to talk it through with. I talk it through in my head, and sometimes I'll take like days to talk something through in my head or in my car, and I'll try to figure it out on my own. But I have to like go out of my way sometimes to share things with Panda and tell him things because I'm like, I'm not sharing. I'm not being vulnerable. I'm not caring. I'm just trying to like run shit over here. And sometimes I don't think that's a very attractive quality in a female. I think sometimes men need like to feel like they can help me with something. And I can come to you and say, hey, will you let me bounce this off of you. Give me what you think.
Don't worry, I'll be giving you no help.
I said men.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
Yeah, I do a little bit, but not a ton. My wife is very much, I'm kind of the same way. She's like, if you got a problem, go freaking handle it.
You handle your shit.
Yeah.
And if shit gets really bad, sure, then you would go to your partner and say, okay, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, she's a tough gal. She don't like to hear a lot of weakness and all that kind of stuff. She'd be going...
The queen is way tougher than any of us in this room will ever be.
She don't want to hear a lot, so I really don't whine about anything. She'd be going, stop being a fucking pussy. She'd be like, oh my gosh.
Because she ain't no pussy.
No, she's like, fuck, handle it.
It's interesting just to see how different dynamics,
I
different relationships.
Rarely bitch to the queen about anything. Yeah, because she'll just be like, well, fucking go handle it then. What's your problem? Stop being a pussy.
I will say, that's one of your better qualities is how you do handle your own shit, Virginia.
Yeah.
When it comes to just, there's not a lot of, crying about shit. You just go and do it.
I think everybody should be that way, and I'm really lucky. I feel blessed that that's just my personality, to just own shit and go try to fix shit and not try to, I don't know, whine and complain. I mean, I will bitch a little bit to you guys, but I always try to like solve my own problem.
Mainly when I do anything, it's just trying to get perspective on it. Kind of like, like a lot of emails we get. People are just looking for a little bit of perspective to help me, because sometimes you think something like right off the bat, be like going, oh, I'm so right on this. And then you bounce it off a person or two and they're like going, dude, you are not thinking this through right. And you're like, oh, okay. And then you see a different angle on it that you hadn't. And so that's the only time why usually sometimes if I bounce it off, it's maybe it's partially venting, but it's also too to help me gauge where my level of concern should be.
Yeah, I definitely could not be with a toughie. I need a bit of a nurturing.
You do. You need a soft
sweeter
girl.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You would kill me.
Oh, we would never work. We would never fucking work.
But I think for you, the perfect girl would be
a hippie that's low maintenance.
A hippie chick, low maintenance, super cute, super sweet, super fun, down to earth.
I love how Virginia acts like there's all these hippie chicks walking around. Like, what are these fucking hippie chicks?
I'm gonna go to a Grateful Dead show and find you a girl.
Oh yeah.
But then I have to go to a Grateful Dead show.
Yeah, I'm not a big Grateful Dead fan for one.
Love John Mayer though, so okay, bringing it back around.
What do you think, Kev? Can you see me with a hippie chick?
I don't know, man.
She's
'cause-
very low maintenance, not a lot of opinions, not lippy, super sweet.
She's making it sound like I'm Archie Bunker.
She's a
over here.
nurturer.
Yeah, you're dividing. I mean, you're cutting. You're. I don't know.
I want.
Slicing some hairs here because
I
sometimes.
want a girl that has an opinion.
Yeah, you're hippie chicks, and sometimes they can be, and not to say anything about his political leanings, but sometimes too, like real hippie chicks on that level can be like ultra liberal.
She can't be overly political one way or the other.
Correct on that.
She
Yes.
really can't because that's not any.
And I know what you're
of
saying,
us.
but yeah, a lot of the hippie chicks I know.
Well, you're thinking of like those like the Berkeley chicks that are all men are evil.
Yeah. they would-
No, that girl wouldn't work. As long as she's pro pot politically, I think we're good.
Yeah. It's just, sometimes you go hippie chick and she's the one that, believe all women, on that kind of like line. And Jaybird big.
Yeah,
Wait,
no,
what?
that's not the hippie chick unicorn that I'm looking for.
Yes, Virginia.
You're talking about down to earth
Yeah.
hippie chick. Yeah, this made up cartoon. This fucking hippie chick.
Yeah, the
She's-
woman she describes, I don't know if I've met often.
She goes to work every day. She has a job. She's professional, but she doesn't have anything that's like, oh my gosh, stressful or it's a career. She's happy. She's low maintenance. She maybe has a few pets. I see you with a girl that has pets.
When you say high maintenance, you mean you're talking about someone that makes drama out of nothing. That's what you mean, high maintenance.
Yes.
We all know what high maintenance.
No high maintenance, no drama.
I'm over here mansplaining what high maintenance means.
Thank you, but we know what it means.
Mansplaining.
Yeah, a lot of times the girls Virginia's describing would be like,
You mansplaining, Jaybird?
yeah.
Anybody who says mansplaining is not the girl for Jaybird.
No.
Yep. All righty. Well, there you go. Thank you so much for the emails. Got anything you want to say to the show? Send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. Got something cool for you to check out. Bud's Chicken and Seafood's offering a 2-piece chicken and fry. You can check out $3.49 and 3 pieces of chicken and fry for $3.99 for the limited time only.
Woohoo!
Check it out at Bud's Chicken and Seafood.
Holding up bud sauce and bird sauce right now.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Look at that advertisement right there.
Delicious. Both of those sauces are great. Ooh, question. Have you ever put them together?
Virginia. Of course.
I mean, I didn't mean to insult you.
Oh my God, I put them all together in my own little extra sauce.
Chill with your tood. I'm just over here asking questions.
I was a bit of a dick. A sauce dick.
Sauce dip.
Now you're off mic. Nobody can hear you.
I'm a sauce dick. Sorry.
All right, you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.